He activates boss stage, but we still top deck another Ashe. Howdy Crystal Conclave, it's NESHY, and welcome to Crystal Beef, where we showcase the power of different Crystal Beast strategies. A challenger from the Crystal Beast Duelists will bring a creative variant and duel myself piloting the current master of all Crystal Beast hybrids. Today's challenger is Cameron, Project Cambo Black, with his Crystal Beast Generators. According to him, the Generators offer Crystal Beasts a way to set up a better combo control board if unable to do so on their own. Crystal Beasts offer Generators a whole new way to gain advantages like draw power, access to Link Summoning Toolbox, and that's unavailable to Generators by themselves. Together they can become a control deck that can put on a lot of pressure if given the chance. The end goal is to bring the game down to its pace in a simplified game state by not letting the opponent have options until it can finish them off. Cameron's deck provides an edge against the meta by giving an illusion of one playstyle, but actually doing another completely different playstyle, and just add extra pressure that way. So you can see the Crystal Beast engine combined with the Generator engine. So you can go ahead and do your Crystal Beast plays, and then during your opponent's turn you just have the boss stage up there. I'd prefer to go for more of a minimal style engine, but his seems to work for him. And of course, he'll be playing against the current deck with the crown. You know it, you love it, Crystal Mekk. I've made countless videos on this deck already, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but the only thing I will say is that I cannot build to counter the challenger strategy. I can only play the build that I've competed with in the most recent tournament. Get your cameras ready, because we're about to start some Crystal Beef. So this first game, Cameron's opening up Lopter, Forbidden Chalice, Boss Stage, Ruby, and the Sapphire Pegasus. Unfortunate that he opened the Ruby, but eye for an eye, we open Red Eyes Fusion. Crystal Bond, Red Eyes Fusion, Alpha, Master Beast, Harpy's Feather Duster, and Crystal Promise. Just some weird one-ofs in the deck, so let's go ahead and see what goes on. He's going to start by normal summoning Lopter, which gets out the Mardell, and then Mardell's going to search for Boss Room, which is interesting. It makes it so that your opponent basically can't respond to the boss stage. We're going to draw Sapphire Pegasus, triggering the boss stage, and then that's going to get a Lopter and 3 tokens. That's full combo, baby. But we have the Feather Duster, which is pretty cool. He's going to go ahead and get out the Har, and we bait that out with the Red Eyes Fusion. We're going to special summon Alpha. We're going to use it to bounce back the Har. We're going to special summon Alpha again, Crystal Bond to get us the Sapphire Pegasus, Ruby in the back row. Sapphire Pegasus is going to get another Pegasus, Promise is going to get the Ruby, Ruby special summons Pegasus, and that puts a Cobalt Eagle from the deck. Link into IP, Cerberus, and then Access Code Talker. Access Code is going to gain 2,000 attack, and then clear his board, and swing in for a clean 4,300, and just sit there, waiting on the timer. And it can't be destroyed. Top deck's the Ashe, not going to do it for me. He just sets Ruby passes. We top deck a purple, which is amazing. Going to try and get its effect, but it gets Ashed. And then we normal summon the Pegasus in this game right here. Going to get the Pegasus from the graveyard and swing in for game. Now game 2 from the first match, I actually sided in the artifact package because I thought he was going to make me go first, and I thought it'd kind of fiend him away from using Crystal Beast Link plays, but he actually makes us go second, so we're on the draw here with a Scythe and a Sanctum just looking like this, and 2 blues. He opens pretty decently. He opens Bridge Pegasus. Let's see what he does with it. He's going to start by normal summoning the Pegasus, and that gets him Amethyst Cat in the back row. Interesting that he's playing Amethyst Cat. I don't really see the reason behind it, but he goes into Verte Anaconda, which I did not expect. Otherwise, I probably would have ashed the bridge, but now I'm just sitting here looking stupid with an Ash in hand. Top deck the Bond, that's a pretty good bait, but he drolls it out, so we just set 2, and we just kind of have to wait and survive. Luckily, you can't kill us here. He's just going to swing in for some damage, make Celine. Celine brings back the Dragoon, and man, how are we going to out this Dragoon? He's going to go ahead and normal summon Ogre to make an Appaloosa, and I'm going to go ahead and just use some useless effects. If he wants to negate with Appaloosa, then go for it. He ends up negating the Indigo and Pegasus, which are very not useful right now, so hey, we baited out the Appaloosa for basically nothing. He negates the blue, we go for Verte Anaconda, summoning Dragoon, and Now that the other Dragoon is in defense, we can go ahead and swing in, since Dragoon only gains attack and not defense. We're sitting here pretty comfortably, Ash in hand, Blue Sky for next turn, top deck the Kobold Eagle, and this is just game from here. We still have the set Scythe and Sanctum too, and yeah, we're good to just swing in for game. Starting it off with match number 2, he's opening a very strong hand right here. Unfortunate that he opened the Nidhogg without any way to pitch it back into the deck with the draw spell. We opened Ash, Indigo, Alpha, Purple, and Rainbow Bridge. So we also opened a pretty nutty hand. Really good for going second. He's still not making us go first. I'm not sure why, but he's going to normal summon Pegasus, activate Boss Stage, and it looks like it could be full combo for him, right? He's got the Conclave. We try to Ash it, but he flips up Conclave, which doesn't do anything. So we're able to just Ash that Boss Stage. We're able to activate Crystal Bond, putting Ruby in the back row. Special summon Alpha, try and bait out that Conclave. He bounces back our Ruby, which is alright, you know, that's fine. Normal summon Pegasus, put a Pegasus in the back row. Bridge out Promise out the Pegasus, and then Pegasus is going to put a Kobold Eagle in the back row, so that we have another Pegasus in our deck. We're going to make Tornado Dragon so that we can go for Purple Nightfall. We're going to activate Tornado Dragon and Purple Nightfall's effects in the battle phase to dodge Effect Veiler. And now, since we battled with Tornado Dragon, we can special summon AA Zeus. He's going to top deck a Rainbow Bridge, which is going to enable his Sapphire Pegasus. And then he's going to promise out the Amethyst Cat, make Verte Anaconda. On summon, we use AA Zeus. There's not much that he could have done against that. Our purple comes back, we normal summon Ruby to make Verte Anaconda, the Ruby that he bounced back to our hand, and we're good to make Dragoon and swing in for game. Now, game 2 of the second match, he opens up looks like he sided in the Neos package, but he opened the Neos, which is unfortunate. We opened Feather Duster again, which is sweet, but we opened Ruby and Kobold Eagle and Rainbow Bridge, so it looks like we're not activating a bond anytime soon. He's going to get out Mardell with the Lopter, and we're just going to go ahead and fire off a Feather Duster. He's going to do Boss Fight and Boss Room. I'm not sure why he did that, because it's just going to get destroyed anyway, so that's just one less boss stage that he has in his deck. He's going to Ash the Rainbow Bridge, but we have Pankratops and Purple sitting pretty here. Blue's going to get an Indigo to hand, normal summon for Verte Anaconda, and we could have summoned the Indigo there, but I'm not exactly bright, but I guess it's good for next turn if for some reason this doesn't go through. So we're going to get in for game here. Game 1 of the third match, he's opening up Har, Amethyst Cat, double Dark Ruler, and Field Barrier. Not looking too good, but we open up Red Eyes Fusion, which sucks too. We also just opened the Harpy's Feather Duster. He's finally making us go first, which is good. We're going to just get out this Bond, and then Red Eyes Fusion out for Dragoon. Dragoon pass. Let's see. We added the Kobold Eagle to hand so that we could pitch it off of Dragoon and put the Pegasus in the back row so that we could promise it. He gets the Dark Ruler, but it's not really doing much. He puts the Har back with Boss Quest. He's going to try to attack directly, but forgets that Dark Ruler negates us from taking damage. So we're going to try and Ash that Boss Quest, or negate it with Dragoon, but he has the Boss Room, and that's going to make sure that it goes through, making sure he gets his combo. We're going to special summon Alpha. Looks like we're pretty good here. We're special summoning Blue for 2, and that goes through because he didn't get the Har out first. We're going to promise out the Pegasus, and that gets negated by the Har. That's good. We can pop that Field Barrier and special summon Purple. Purple's going to tag out for an Indigo. Special summon that Indigo. We can get that Feather Duster off. And I could have just popped the Har with Dragoon, but again, I'm not exactly bright. So we're able to give our opponent another turn here, and let's see what Cameron does with that. He top decks a Rainbow Bridge, which is really good. He's able to get out that Promise and start making some plays, but unfortunately we have a Dragoon and a Crystal Conclave up. So there's not really going to be much he can do. He's going to go for Dugares. We're going to Dragoon, negate, and destroy, and he has to pass from there with just a Har in hand. Top deck Gamma, not great, and we're able to just go in for lethal there. Now, game 2 of the third match. This one is a little bit interesting. I decided to side in Artifacts because I thought he'd make me go first, and I don't know why Lancia's in here, honestly. I'm not exactly bright. I decided to put it in because I didn't want to draw Scythe and make Sanctum dead, but don't play Lancia against Generators or Crystal Beast. Trust me, it just sits here. He's going to start with a set and activate Red Eyes Fusion, set Strike, set Ruby. Looking pretty hot there. We're going to make a column for Indigo. It gets striked. That frees us way for Purple. Purple's just going to attack, and we're just staring down a Dragoon right here. I don't know how we're going out this. He's going to promise out Ruby just to get a little bit of defense. We're going to Sanctum so that we can bait out that Dragoon, and then that lets us be able to ditch the purple so that we can add a blue to hand. And then we get that purple back next turn, so he's not going to kill us. We're going to just sit here pretty, and then purple comes back, set Sanctum so that we can summon the blue. He doesn't negate it because he doesn't have any cards in hand. Make IP, access code, and then access code is actually going to boost up to 4,300 so that we can get over that Dragoon. Now I could have pitched the purple and tagged it out so that I can get another Mekk Knight and get more stuff, but again, not bright here. I also just activated Sanctum even though he's doing just generator plays, and we just lose out on a free body right here. And he has the boss stage, so this sucks, but we top deck the Ash, so we're good. We're still putting our opponent on a clock. Normal summon Eagle because he's cool, and this Lancia is still sitting in our hand. Next turn, he top decks a Hela. That's not going to do it. He activates boss stage, but we still top deck another Ash, and then we're able to just get in for game here. I hope those replays highlighted the strengths and weaknesses of Crystal Beast Generators. Now I asked Cameron a couple more questions in the form of a post-game analysis. Let me read you his answers. So the first question was, what would you have done differently in terms of technical play during the games? Cameron stated he would have been more conscious about what I was negating and when to negate. Also, he would have been more conscious of where he's putting cards on the field, setup for the Mekk Knight columns. Then the next question is, what would you have done differently in terms of deck building? To which he answered, I probably would have made a deck count slightly smaller. I also would have put 2 Dark World dealings in, as it helps to activate boss stage on my turn as well as fix hands. Next thing, I asked him what did he tend to side out during our games? And he tended to side out Nibiru, Ash Blossom, 1 Pegasus, 1 Amethyst Cat, 1 Boss Quest, sometimes 1 Rainbow Bridge, and Field Barrier. And finally, I just asked him for some final thoughts about the deck and what he thinks about it moving forward. He states, I truly believe this variant has a lot of potential to go far if putting the time to learn the strategies and goals of this variant. Fairly consistent, but can be made more consistent by tweaking certain cards and ratios. Well, that's going to do it. If you'd like to challenge me in the next episode, shoot me a message over Facebook. And I hope to catch you next time when we start some Crystal Beef.
I would argue he's advanced Crystal Beast more than anyone else has ever done in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!